Hi, everybody. How are you? It is still Thursday, April 2nd, so I'm going with that. It's still Thursday, April 2nd, California time. Hi, everybody. I am Gloria Moraga. This is Political News. Please take a moment and like anything you see. Not just anything you see that you like anything you see, or anything you see that you like. Please support my channel. I'm barreling toward, a milestone of, I don't even know, like 3,000 subscribers or something like that. And I have a big goal for this year. I mean, it's like a really big goal. So I appreciate if you support me. Now, I don't know, I don't see anybody on yet. So I can do a little song, a little dance, a little seltzer in my pants. I can tell you about my day. I have bad allergies. I'm in California, and I'm in Northern California, and the allergies here seem to be worse than other places I've lived. Obviously, I lived in San Francisco, and of course, with the ocean breeze, the allergies were not bad there at all. So I'm waiting for some people to jump on. But what I think I'll do is start just talking about I'll just start talking about Pam Bondi and see how it goes from there. So for a brief moment in time today, I thought about, it flittered across my mind, flitter. I started to feel sorry for her because I heard a story that she was begging Trump, that people were listening at the door, and she was begging Trump not to fire her. She wanted to have some time. I guess she was looking at summer, to get used to the idea of being fired. But of course, Trump was having none of it. He had made the decision that he wanted to fire Pam Bondi. So, hi, thank you for being here. I was just kind of stalling for more people to join, but since you're here, let's just go. So Pam Bondi fired, and the reports are that these are the first two. The two women, of course, are the first two. And the rumor is that the third might also be a woman, Tulsi Gabbard. I guess he didn't like the way she was testifying, which I thought was not bad. I mean, wasn't as bad as Pam Bondi. And then right after Trump announced on social media, because he's got no class at all, that he was firing Pam Bondi, Hegseth fired somebody. And I've got a little information on that. And Hegseth has been going out of his way to fire Black and female officers and not promoting them and denying them promotion. But let's start with Pam Bondi. I've got a kind of a rap type thing that the New York Times did. And the reason that I'm using this is because it kind of lays out. But then I've got like also a hearing, one of her worst hearings. So let's go first to the video that the New York Times put together, because it kind of gives you a wrap of Pam Bondi. And here it is. She botched the Epstein files. Here she is appearing. She appeared a number of times before Congress.
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you, Senator.
Eventually, you're going to have to answer for your conduct in this.
It is shocking that the department did not redact the names of Epstein's victims, but it did redact the names of their abusers.
Who's responsible? Are you able to track who in your organization made this massive failure and released the victims' names? Literally the worst thing you could do to the survivors.
Worst thing.
You did.
I'm a career prosecutor, and despite what the ranking member said, I have spent my entire career fighting for victims, and I will continue to do so.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. I'll go back just a little bit. This is why they say, insiders say, Trump fired Bondi. He wants more prosecutions of his enemies. And, you know, not to stick up for her, but this is not her. She went after him. She has done exactly what Trump told her to do because she's, you know, a lapdog. But he wants his enemies, people who prosecuted him, to be in jail. But the courts have thrown out the cases because there's no basis for their prosecution in any way, unlike him. So I'll let this video finish. This is her letter of resignation. And here's who's taking over, Todd Blanche, his former personal attorney. And here's who Trump wants to replace Pam Bondi, Lee Zeldin. And I have some info on the reason that we had Letitia James there in the video, my friend that asked, was because she is one of Trump's perceived enemies. And he wanted Pam Bondi to prosecute her. And Pam Bondi did file charges against her. But the courts threw them out. Here is, I'll just move this out of the way just a little bit. Here is Lee Zeldin. He is currently the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, and he has just decimated the EPA. So I actually pulled a little, let me pull it up. I pulled up his little bio, but he has, when I say decimated, like they're fired a whole bunch of people, but then he also, he eliminated the research arm of the EPA, which is responsible for finding a lot of pollutants and things that actually hurt us. So that's what he's done. He ran for, I think, governor of New York, and he lost because they're all losers. And so this is who Trump wants. I was just watching Political Punk, and he was saying, you know, Trump will probably keep Blanche on for a long time. I mean, Zeldin might not be confirmed because of what's all that's going on with Democrats in the Senate trying to block everything. So that's the story with that. But also back to this about Hegseth firing people. Here is the guy that Hegseth actually told him to retire today. So he wasn't fired per se, but he is kind of ruining the careers. He's General Randy A. George. And I went through and was just looking at his bio, and he is the 41st Chief of Staff of the Army, and he was appointed by Biden in 2023. And he's just got, he's an expert in mines. He attended, he's got his, he was deployed in Operation Desert Storm, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom, commanded at the Company Battalion Brigade Division and Corps level throughout his career. He graduated from West Point. He graduated from the Command and General Staff College and the U.S. Naval War College, and he married his West Point sweetheart, and they have 2 children. So, I mean, this is one of the criticisms of Pete Hegseth, is that he's getting rid of a lot of people with really great, you know, history and really areas of expertise that we need right now. And because of what? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, he doesn't want people that, you know, don't swear allegiance to Trump. So that's what's going on. Pete Hegseth did this today, right after Trump announced that he fired Bondi. So I thought I'd go, this is The Atlantic, and I subscribe to The Atlantic. and Trump purge may just be beginning, and they go through. Okay, so I'm going to give you my, and then go. Feel free to give me yours, and we can kind of keep track of this. Ever put up your jumper? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on the. I approve that. So if it's something bad about Pam Bondi, I'll get it. Just take a moment. I'm Gloria Moraga. This is Political News. I'm late every night. I started off by saying I have like horrible allergies. So like my throat is hoarse, but my eyes were like watering, and but I didn't want to miss our time together. So back to the purge. It's that Kash Patel might be next, but really the good money is on Tulsi Gabbard. And somebody's saying, he shouldn't just be firing all women. And it's like, why not? I mean, why not just fire everybody because they all suck? Here are some of the people that the Atlantic says he's going to fire. Now, of course, the Atlantic talks about Hegseth removing George. They say it's Kash Patel, and then Army Secretary Daniel Driscoll. I don't know. You never heard of him. Labor Secretary Lori Chavez DeRemer, and I've heard of her. And the old, there was an unofficial motto in the Trump administration in his second term: no scalps. They really, Susie Wild, Trump's woman, chief of staff, really wanted Trump to calm down and settle down and not be firing people. But apparently the second term, the motto, no scalps, no longer applies. He's going to start the ousters. He was trying to wait until after the election, the November election, and he couldn't do it. And I said earlier, Bondi was crying and crying and crying and trying to get him to just let her have until the summer. Why? I don't know. Maybe there was something. But she said in her little post on social media that she's going into private practice. So there's that. Here is Bondi's, if Trump didn't like the fact that she wasn't prosecuting his enemies, a lot of people just thought that Bondi blew it at the most recent hearing. And by the way, she is scheduled to testify before Congress. I think it's closed door, and be sworn under oath to testify about the Epstein files. And so that's still coming up. That's still on the books. But here's what many people think is the worst hearing. Here it is.
To the survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice. Please know for the record that every single survivor has raised their hand. Attorney General Bondi, you apologized to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
She doesn't do it.
Congresswoman, you sat before, Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General Bondi,
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a specific question that I would like you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. Attorney General can
That's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she doesn't
It
like
is
the
my
answer.
time.
So,
Accurate.
Mr. Chairman,
why
I have asked
didn't
a
she ask
question.
Merrick Garland this?
I am
twice
reclaiming
when
my
he sat in
time,
chair?
and when I
will
reclaim my
continue to
time,
answer.
it is
Mr. Chairman, the gentlelady's
I'm
I'm
reclaimed her
not going
time.
to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
The time belongs to the gentlelady. The gentlelady has 17 seconds.
Thank you. You're not going to answer this
He lost
question, so let me just
Chairman,
say this.
I'll direct it to
What a
you.
massive
No, I'm
cover-up.
answering a
Mr.
question.
Chairman, will you
Chairman.
restore her time? The witness
I'm
is
not gonna get in
interrupted.
the gutter with this woman.
Stop the
She's
time.
doing
Wow.
theatrics.
Let me have my
The
time.
gentlelady from Washington controls the time. The gentlelady has 17 seconds. You can proceed with your final
Thank you.
17 seconds.
What a massive cover-up this has been and continues to be. Donald Trump made the release of the Epstein files the center of his political campaign because he thought it would benefit him. Then you got into office, Attorney General, claimed to have a client list, only
Regular
to
order.
then say that there was no list. Your deputy, Todd Blanche, met alone with Elaine Maxwell and transferred her to a minimum security prison. And now you continue the cover-up. And I wish that you would turn around to the survivors who are standing right behind you and on a human level,
Chairman,
apologize.
They're now recognizing.
She could have just easily turned around. I mean, she had apologized at the beginning of the hearing. She could have easily turned around and said, I apologize for your pain. Or, I apologize. I mean, it could have been a vague apology if Trump doesn't want her to apologize right out. I mean, who knows? Who knows what goes on behind the scenes? But, yeah, she's gone. And she's not gone because of that. She's not gone because she wouldn't apologize. And because she released en masse names of victims, which is a no-no. It's like a big no-no. And didn't release all the names of the dudes, of the abusers. And they do it on purpose because it's a way to intimidate the women because they want them to remain silent. That's why they don't speak up. That's why they don't release on their own, because they're threatened. They live in fear with threats from these monsters. So, I mean, Pam Bondi chose to align herself with, the evil empire. So she's gone. And she's not going to be the last. More people are coming up. Big article here in the Atlantic. And there's a lot of names here. I won't get into it all. But yeah. It talks about Bondi's weaknesses and, and her alignment. And everyone who has any dealings with Donald Trump knows he has no allegiance to anybody but himself. So, yeah, I've been looking at war videos, and the war, you guys, is getting worse. It's when I say worse, I mean the escalation has really gone up. And today Trump bragged about blowing up bridges. And I actually, because people are saying that Trump is committing war crimes. And there is justification for blowing up a bridge if it's a major bridge that involves, military transports and that kind of thing. But we're not in a ground war. So, I mean, I guess he could justify blowing up this bridge, but apparently this bridge is like, it was just an architectural engineering phenomenon. I mean, this is really great bridge. So here's some video of the bridge and being blown up. Trump brags about it. And they use a lot, and I'm pulling some videos from Al Jazeera. And just as an explanation, Al Jazeera has reporters on the ground all over the Middle East, in fact, all over the world. And they're a genuine journalism television station. And they are owned, though, by Qatar, which used to be extremely friendly to the United States. I mean, they're the ones who gave Trump the jet, the big jet. that we are now retrofitting at the tune of millions and millions of dollars for him to take after he leaves the presidency. But this is from Al Jazeera, and here's the bridge.
هم داره انفجار میشه. آمار شهدا خیلی زیاده. نزدیک 50 نفر تا الان شهید شدن. همچنان بمبای عمل نشده هم داره کار میکنه.
So Trump shared this video. There it is right there.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
8 people were killed. They were on the bridge.
It's quite bad because this is what the government here describes as terrorist style kind of action. That's because the second tap was not expected, and usually when there is a strike, people rush to the scene to rescue victims and remove the debris that bury some of the dead and so on. And that's what happened at that bridge. It's one of the longest, if not the longest bridge in the whole region.
It was called a masterpiece of engineering, of Iranian engineering, linking the city to Tehran. All right, sweetheart, my friend, my furry friend, it is not a propaganda. It is a fact. Trump posted that. I mean, are you saying that he's promoting propaganda? Because he is. He is promoting propaganda. And the video is part of this war. We blew up the bridge, the United States. Trump took credit for it. And I'm sharing political news on my channel as part of information on what is going on in the world. We blow up a bridge. Trump brags about it. We hit the bridge twice. And that's what the guy was talking about. He's not even Iranian. He's an expert. He's some sort of expert, dude. Don't just say things, I don't know, because you're angry about something, or I don't know, because we are at war. We are bombing and killing people and destroying property, and we're not even quite sure why. And I mean, when I say we, I mean they. And we're feeling effects secondary in our gas prices, food prices, and it's going to get worse because it's not over for 2 to 3 more weeks, according to the Orange Menace. So, I mean, it's easy to just type, oh, you're sharing propaganda. No, this is happening. And the United States is not being forthcoming with us on a lot of things, like our injured and that kind of thing. And, when you cover wars, there's a lot of stuff we don't want to know. But blowing up a bridge and then hitting it again a little bit later, it's the second strike, is to take out people. All right? I mean, that's what that expert was saying. So I'm going to, oh God, I'm going to hear, because Trump warns Tehran, more to follow after strike destroys Iran's largest bridge. And they're saying, and the video said, and this is The Guardian, which is produced in England and Great Britain. And yeah, I'm sorry to say, I mean, Trump administration brags about how they're destroying media outlets all over the United States. You do have to go outside the United States, thank God, to get information, to get real information on what's going on. And I check multiple sources. I just don't go. Sometimes I make calls just to confirm shit. 8 people killed on newly completed suspension bridge after strike splits structure in half. So we bombed it. And the whole thing about Trump blowing them back to the Stone Ages, that soundbite is being used a lot. Okay. And if you want to see some propaganda, here's some propaganda for you. It's Iran denying all of Trump's claims. And this is from Al Jazeera as well. And it's a guy standing there talking about how all of Iran's weapons haven't been destroyed. And when you listen to military experts, they confirm this. I went to multiple sources to check because, God, I listen to Malcolm Nance every morning talk about weapons and what we've destroyed and what they have. Yeah, we're only supposed to hear good news. I mean, it's just not logical. It's just not. I mean, if you're a thinking human being, you know we're taking hits as well. I mean, you know, I've shown that. And I don't want it. I mean, I'm not like sitting here going, "Oh, good," you know. Not at all. But here's some of this is in a foreign language. There is a translation, and I read some of the translation. But Iran is saying they are ready to fight. Come ahead. And should we not know that? We absolutely should know this.
The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the strait will open up naturally.
اطلاعات شما از توان و قدرت نظامی و تجهیزات ما ناقص است. از ظرفیت‌های بسیار گسترده و راهبردی ما هیچ چیز نمی‌دانید.
میلیون‌ها انسان که امروز در خیابان میرن به دشمن که ما پای تمامیتم میرسیدم و میشد دست تک تکشون رو.
مراکزی که به تصورتان هدف قرار داده اید ناچیز بوده و تولیدات راهبردی نظامی ما در نقاطی صورت میگیرد که به هیچ وجه از آن اطلاع ندارید و هیچ وقت دستتان نیز به آنها نخواهد رسید.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong in the
با توکل بر خداوند متعال این جنگ تا خاری، ذلت و پشیمانی دائمی، قطعی و تسلیم شما ادامه خواهد.
They have they're calling up millions. I mean, I think at least Malcolm Nance has said they have millions of people ready to fight. So there's that. So yeah. Whatever we do, the fight in the area is escalating, and I'll just go to Al Jazeera now and take it live. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Iran is hitting. Hezbollah is now also hitting Israel. And so these are some bombings of Israel and what's going on with Israel. Israel now, and I'll just say Netanyahu, it's Netanyahu, not just Israel, it's Netanyahu and the whole, the Netanyahu government. And Joe Rogan was talking about him earlier, that that Netanyahu has done a lot of this because he wants to stay out of prison. But he's saying now that it's not enough of what they've done in what the bombings that they've done in Lebanon. Why are we even doing this? Why are we giving Israel money and funds and weapons to bomb Lebanon? This was not part of, what we originally thought was going to happen. So yeah, so it's expanding. And just, for all the people, and gas prices are going up. And after Trump's little non-speech speech, where he didn't say anything and it was just more bullshit, oil futures went up again, and the stock market crashed down. Bad. I my little 401k, which I had to cash out some because I had a major issue here. And yeah, this was like, well, bye. Because of this, because of what? Because of some bullshit. So anyway, gas prices up, horrible. It was, so you want to talk about propaganda, but see, I'm using this video because I had a video of Netanyahu sending Iranian soldiers off to war. And the video starts, I'm not going to use it. The video starts with Israeli soldiers. Did I say Iranian? Okay. The video starts with Iranian soldiers getting on a transport, an army transport of some sort, and kind of singing and chanting. And they're going into Lebanon on the ground to continue the fight in Lebanon because Netanyahu wants to take over more land in Lebanon. So I was scanning around looking for other videos and came across a video of a little boy who miraculously survived after his whole family was killed in a strike from Israel into Lebanon. And the reason that I'm using it is because we, the United States, we support Israel. Congress, approves funds to go to Israel, and they have decimated Gaza because they're after terrorists, okay? And they're saying now they're going into Lebanon to get the terrorists, the Hezbollah terrorists. But they've killed millions of people in Gaza. And now there's a phrase. It's the Gaza model, the Gazification of a country. And that they use that, they say that. And I mean, my overall point here is wars are political. And we have a budget, and our Congress is supposed to control that budget. And they approve this money to go to Israel. And that's why this is important. So I hope I'm not being too, I don't know, pedantic, like too blah, blah, blah. But I'm just trying to get across a point that, I mean, how is blowing up a bridge that is not like a military asset, a main military asset? I guess to send a message, but it kills civilians. And here's the Israeli bombs in Lebanon. Here's the little boy. He lost his entire family. Wait till you see
غرفة القعدة كنا قاعدين فيها أنا وبابا وخيي جارتنا وبنتها وهون ماما بغرفة النوم ورا هاي المطبخ. وقت طلعت الضربة حسيت شي طن بداينتي وما عاد في اتنفس وما عاد في اشوف. لقيت مثل حاجة مهدود قدامي وكان في كتير شوق. وقت طلعت منه أول شي في حفرة كتير طويلة وقعدت فيها. رجعت قد ما في حجار طلعت محل ما بدي فات.
بابا هيدا البابا بيبكي بالليل بدي بابا بدي ماما بدي نام حد الماما.
He wants his mom.
بنام حد ولادي بيعبط ابني بيعبطني لإلي بيقول لي بدي الماما بدي البابا. أكيد ما حنقدر نكون محل بي وأمه.
هيدي القنابل اللي جيتوا ضربتوا كرمالها هودي الأطفال. هيدا ابن بنتي اللي عمره 3 سنين. هيدا هو اللي ضربته كرمال هاي.
So Israel refused to comment when the reporters asked for comment, but they say that the operations in South Lebanon are going to continue. And they want to destroy Hezbollah's structure. I mean, there's got to be a better way. Oh, here's gas price story. Unavoidable fuel hike in Pakistan. Oh, I mean, the gas prices there are really, really high. As they are in India, as they are in all of Europe. They're higher than they are here. So, yeah, Israel's really striking And did you hear the whole story about Israel? There was a dude who was kind of, I don't know, not on our side, but he was one of the negotiators to try to come up with a peace deal. So they said they didn't want to talk to Trump's son-in-law or the other guy, but they would talk to J.D. Vance. So J.D. Vance was all set to go and talk to this guy. And he's kind of a moderate, and he wants to end the war. And Israel bombed his apartment, and he's in the hospital, seriously injured, killed his wife and daughter. And Israel's doing this on purpose so we won't get out of the war. I think, according to reports, allegedly. And it's not, any criticism I have of what Netanyahu is doing is on Netanyahu, just like any criticism I have of Donald Trump is on Donald Trump. It's not on the United States, and it's not on Israel. I mean, they're like us. They're sitting there going, what the hell's going on, man? What the hell's going on? So, thanks everybody for being here. I'm Gloria Moraga. This is Political News. This is pure politics, the war. It's purely politics, and it's the politics of greed, because people are greedy. And, why they're doing this, he thought he could go in there and get their oil, like he thinks he's got Venezuela's oil, but it's not going to be over. Like he thinks he can go into Cuba and do God knows what. I mean, who knows? Trump wants to own the whole hemisphere, like Hitler wanted to own all of Europe and then all the world. And it's like, it's not feasible. And when he says stuff like bomb Iran back to the Stone Ages, Iran is Persia. Okay? Iran and Persia, they've been here for centuries upon centuries upon centuries. In fact, I want to do a whole video on the Persian Iranian culture and how diverse they are, and how Iran has some of the most highly educated people in the world because of the way they educate their children, and on and on and on. And they're, this is a culture that's survived for centuries while we're 250 years old, and we're getting into wars where we don't belong. So I love this country, and I love our troops, and I just support our military 100%. But I just, this is troublesome. And, here they're quoting Trump, close to completing its core objectives in Iran. But yet we're bombing bridges, and we're still there. So Pam Bondi's gone. And, don't hate me, but I wanted to end with this video of the astronauts. Now, there are a whole bunch of videos that were released today. But I like this one the best because it's the push toward the moon. There was one when they were just, taking off, and they were just all getting settled. And but I like this one because I like the video. And here, it's kind of narrow.
10 seconds
I'll
until
blow it up.
translunar injection burn start.
Integrity, good engine, good control.
We show the same. Feels great up here.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have the start of the translunar injection burn that will send the crew around the moon, the first humans to do so in over 50 years.
50 years, babes!
Velocity of the spacecraft ticking up, now over 23,900 miles per hour.
Integrity looks like a good burn. We're confirming.
Orion now 520 miles away from Earth.
Wow.
Just 5 minutes ago, we were only 115 miles above Earth's surface. That distance will continue to increase as we are now on a trajectory to fly around the moon for the first time in over 50 years.
All right. I know. I'm just a space nut. I just think it's cool. I think it's cool that we can do this, but yet we're bombing bridges. I mean, it's not It's not right. It's there's no winners in war, and they were negotiating, and I don't know. There's a lot of videos of the astronauts in their little space area, in their little area. It's like, whew, wow. You know, I thought somebody passes gas in there. You should see how I would never want to go up with my brother. Yeah, I know I'm going there. Sorry. Yeah. So I am Gloria Moraga. I know there's a lot going on with everything, everywhere. A lot of stuff on the Congress. Bondi wanted a graceful exit, but Trump wanted her gone. This whole Blanche thing, I don't like Blanche at all because he's the one that went and negotiated so that convicted child molester, Maxwell, got to go to a cushy prison, in the puppy prison, where she's got a puppy that she's raising, and he's gonna pardon her. You want to bet? Oh, this is the other one. Drone hits Kuwaiti oil refinery and new attack on Gulf energy sites. So, yeah, they're hitting energy sites there, and it's just going to be a disaster. There's some really good articles here on Huffington Post that on the firings. So, anyway, thank you guys for being here. I just yeah, this goes into the oil prices climbing and what happened after Trump's address, which was kind of a disaster, and all of that. But anyway, I thank you guys for being here late at night, and I really do try to get here earlier, but I had just the worst allergy attack today, and there's just so much going on. It's just crazy every day. And it's Holy Week. It's Holy Week. So, I mean, we've got Easter on Sunday. So, and the family doesn't even want to get together. They've all got stuff to do. They don't want my barbecue? Families. Yeah, Qatar's mad. Qatar, they're mad at Trump. And I thought this was new, this oil refinery blowing up, but it's from March 18th. All right. Thanks you guys for being here. I wish Hegseth, I'm thinking Hegseth might be the next to go. Although everybody says it's Kash Patel. But then everybody else says it's Tulsi Gabbard because she's a woman and he likes firing women. But because he has kind of thrown Hegseth under the bus. And he's got to blame the war going bad on someone. But Hegseth keeps firing these guys that and women who have real expertise in these areas where we could use them right now. Why do that, man? Put your personal feelings aside and be a good manager. But that was another thing about Hegseth. He's never had management experience. He's kind of a loser. Oh, yeah, you're right. He's really thrown Caroline under the bus. And someone said the other day, did you hear that story? She looked like she had a black eye. She did. I've seen black eyes, and I've seen black eyes trying to be covered up by makeup. She looked like she had a black eye. I don't know. Maybe the baby hit her because she's got babies. Maybe sometimes the babies like throw a toy at you and, really hurts. Like stepping on a Lego. But Trump's been throwing her under the bus. Trump says, I get no good press. And he says, maybe it's her. Maybe she should go. And he's just saying that like right out in the open at the White House with everybody around, which is really bad. When you go to management school, which I have been to management school, That's like the first thing that they tell you. Don't talk about staff in front of other staff. Don't slam staff out in the open. But he's just, I don't know. Yeah, so it might be Levitt. Whew. But yeah, another woman. Who's he going to get? Who's he going to get put up there? Another woman? Or, I mean, they've got to be attractive because that's his like major criteria. It's got to be someone good looking. Like, like Hegseth looks so good. It's like, ugh. I don't know what you guys are talking about. My grandpa wouldn't talk much war. Right, haunted. His grandpa was awesome, that old bastard. I feel the same way about my dad. It's like that's a line from a movie. He was rotten, he was mean, he was a drunk, but I loved him. I worshiped the ground. I loved him. I worshiped the ground he walked on. But anyway. That's another thing. Why do you insult? Okay, I'm presenting worry. I'm worried about Caroline Levitt's eye being blackened by somebody. And you have to go there and insult me? Don't insult me, damn it. If you want to insult me, go away. But before you go away, please subscribe. Thank you. All right. I'm Gloria Moraga. This is Political Woman. I was on television for many, many, many years. And I was criticized by everything. I mean, everything. They ream you. They treat you like a piece of meat. And there's nothing anybody can say to me that hurts my feelings. So, whatever. Thanks, you guys. Pam Bondi got it. Who's somebody else is going to be next? And I'll be watching and I'll be posting. So thanks. Please subscribe and follow me. And please give me a heart. I don't even think anybody gave me one damn heart.